This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hey, thanks for slithering in. The Sims 4 just released the plot twist of the year. Not one, but two Spongebob collab kits. The Spongebob House Kit and the Spongebob Kids Room Kit. These can be either purchased separately or as a bundle. If you get it in a bundle, you can get these 3 exclusive items for a short time, I think until March. Thanks to the EA Creator Network, I got the bundle gifted to me, and I was inspired to build a home for 2 of my favorite characters, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Let's get started, and we will ramble about these kits, my reactions, and my honest opinions. The best way I can describe my initial reaction when The Sims announced these kits was the Brittany Broski meme, the Kombucha Girl meme. If you know it, I'll pop it up on the screen here. It was shock at first and kind of like, what are we doing here? But then the more I thought about it, I was like, wait, okay, I see you. And I'm going to explain my reasoning for that because there's been a lot of discourse online with this kit, or these 2 kits actually, because no one asked for it. No one did. And that's true. Fair point. However, The Sims is such an unserious game where I feel like this collab is actually pretty perfect. Because SpongeBob itself, he's not serious at all. Like, it's such a silly show. But before we go any further, if you do decide to purchase any of these kits or the bundle, feel free to use my creator code. You can just type in Symtherin at checkout. It would really help me out, and you would be giving part of the sale to me or any of your favorite creators that you use their code for. The shape of our build is coming together now. I wanted the Barnacle Boy side to definitely have a lot of reds and blues in it and be tall, right? Because that's Barnacle Boy. And then Mermaid Man's little side, I wanted to use the round room tool. I just absolutely had to make it look, well, obviously round, kind of stout, very much like Mermaid Man. And using the colors oranges and greens, I only wish now after looking back at it that I utilized more purples, but I digress, and maybe I'll try this again later. One other thing I regret about this build before I talk more about it is that I built it on a beachfront, and you cannot build basements here, and it would be really cool to build their secret lair underneath a vacation home or a retirement home nonetheless. But anyway, I digress. Let's talk a little bit about my experience with SpongeBob first, because I like SpongeBob. I wouldn't say I'm like the biggest fan in the world or anything, right? But I did grow up watching it a little bit. Well, I was kind of at the age when SpongeBob came out. I should probably look this up. Okay, looking that up, I instantly regret it because I didn't realize the show came out as early as it did. I was thinking it came out like while I was in high school or nearing high school age, but I was much younger. I was 7 when this show came out. And okay, to be fair, I didn't grow up with like cable TV or anything. We did not get that until high school. But now that I remember it, we did watch this a lot at my grandparents' house whenever we went. So I don't know. So my relationship with SpongeBob pretty much is I enjoy the show. I always found it hilarious and funny. And even to this day, sometimes I will like put it on as background noise or something. And it's just a good time. It's a good old silly time. And wow, we are already onto the interior. I feel like I have so many thoughts to tell you guys. So yeah, that is my relationship with SpongeBob. Obviously, you guys know my relationship with The Sims. So just these 2 things being so silly and unserious, like I said earlier, I think still makes this a perfect collab. And then while I was building this, I honestly had the most fun that I've had building in a minute. And I really enjoy building in The Sims, okay? I do it all the time. As you guys know, I post almost weekly when I can. And I don't know, something just sparked, and I just had a blast playing around with the colors and trying to make these items fit. So I know I'm already like 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes into this, but I should mention I'm only using base game plus these 2 kits. I am not even using Island Living, even though I am here in Solani. So I do want to mention that real quick. We are working on the kitchen now. So this build, even though the exterior looks like it's like 2 separate builds, I still thought it would be funny that the spaces were still combined. So we have an archway into the Mermaid Man section of the home, and we just kind of split it up like that. I mean, they have to live together. They cannot live separately. It's Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. They're like the Bert and Ernie of SpongeBob. At least that's the way I think about it. I just love these two so much. And it's funny. I still kind of can't believe I'm doing this voiceover right now. This is wild to me, but like I said, I had so much fun. So the kitchen here, I used a lot of base game items because we don't get kitchen items with this kit, or either two of these kits. And then here in the living room is really where you're going to start seeing these items kind of show up some more. So we have this really cool bookshelf. A lot of this frame artwork was one of my favorite items. So let me actually talk about that. So if you were to get the SpongeBob house kit, those items are like more so the items that you would need to recreate a SpongeBob a build in Bikini Bottom, whether it's the pineapple house or Squidward's house or Patrick's house, even though you can probably do that without, because there's not much to Patrick's house. But I digress. But or like the Krusty Krab or something, right? Those are the kind of items, like these are items that you will see in the show where you can accurately replicate. Now, I had an issue with this because I have seen people in the past replicate these homes and things in The Sims 4, and they do quite an awesome job. So you don't necessarily need this kit, right? You don't need the house kit unless you want to replicate it yourself and you either can't use the tool mod or you don't have the patience to kind of makeshift your own furniture with cheats and things, or you are a console player and you cannot get custom content to like really match the vibes that you're really going for. So that's where I think that SpongeBob house kit comes in handy. What I really do think is worth it is the SpongeBob kids room kit, because one, personally, I'm always down for some more kids room things because I feel like a lot of my kids rooms always feel the same. And two, it's just fun and silly. I mean, yes, there are like SpongeBob plushies, and I think the wall decals are a little much that we get, even though I do put a couple of them outside on the back porch. I put a little nod to Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy out there, as well as some jellyfish, but some of the other ones are kind of fun if you wanted to go wacky with your kids' rooms. I really do enjoy the wallpapers that we got. Those are some of my favorites. Actually, I love how vibrant the colors are and how the textures are just, they're like top tier textures in my book. So I really enjoyed that. We have sped up way too much. Well, not really, but it's a short build. I knocked this one out. I gotta tell you, this is how inspired I was by these kits. But up here is the bedroom, and I thought it'd be fun if Barnacle Boy and Mermaid Man shared a bedroom. I just think it fits, so you can probably guess which bed is which. And yeah, a lot of these items up here are from the kids' room kit, so super fun. I think I will get a lot of use out of them. There's a lot of swatches where, like, there are like SpongeBob decals and pictures of him and stuff on the swatches, but there are a lot of swatches like this dresser I'm using up here that it's not. Oh, here I'm trying to find a place for the fish tank. I later off camera find a place for it. We're going to go through that in a little bit when we go through our walkthrough, but I don't know. I just thought this was fun. I know we are getting close to doing our walkthrough, so I don't have too much more time to yap about these two kits, but I think I like them. I really do think I had a lot of fun. Here we are combining curtains again. I did this trick downstairs too with different colors to kind of bring colors in, and also I used the arts kit here, and I'm going to yap about it later too, but I thought that was fun to imagine as Mermaid Man's little desk area. So overall, I don't know, you guys are going to have to let me know what you guys think, but this room came out so colorful, and I'm starting to lose my train of thought here because we're at the end and I'm trying to make sure I get all of my thoughts out, but I think I got my point across a little bit. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed a walkthrough because we're gonna go and do that right now. We'll hop into live mode. Here we are in live mode, and we have Barnacle Boy and Mermaid Man in the flesh here to playtest our build. I mean, just look at these two created by me, MechPup. I'm gonna go with MechPup, but they are so cool, and they are mermaids too. Oh my god. I could never. They're just gonna chat away, and we'll start with kind of like a little overview here. This is the front of the build. Obviously, the red and blue side is to represent Barnacle Boy, and then the little stout orange side here is to represent Mermaid Man. I absolutely had a blast putting these two together. It was so fun. In the back here, we have a pretty basic, I would say, porch. This looks a little different than what you saw in the speed build because I wanted to add some more color and more detail in here. Plus, I was able to get this fish tank in here, so why don't we purchase some fish? Let's fully stock them. Oh, look at that. So pretty. Barnacle Boy, why don't you come and talk to the fish? And Mermaid Man, I don't know, you can come and practice some punching. We also have our two fellas right here, kind of a nod to them. Like, look at how accurate that is. That's so crazy. I love it. I'm just so obsessed with this right now. Anyway, for our bird's eye view here, we have our first floor with our living room, kitchen, and bathroom, and then upstairs we have our bedroom, a shared bedroom by the two, by the way. Maybe we'll let Mermaid Man just continue to practice his punching. Oh my god, this lot just keeps bouncing up and down here. Let's not go swimming around. Oh, what is here that makes me do that? I don't like that. Anyway, let's maybe serve some lunch, and let's do some franks and beans. That feels accurate. Probably not so much. Okay, I'm going into tab mode to stop bouncing around. But we have our kitchen here. I love the nod to the Krabby Patty on the wall here. And then we have a little bit of clutter on this side, but otherwise pretty simple. But look, it's completely functional here. What I also didn't add into this... Shh, you guys, hush. I also added a phone over here just for, you know, superhero purposes and things. So we have that. Obviously, it's not too functional. We have our Gary clock on the wall. Oh no, Barnacle Boy is sad from seeing a mounted fish. What kind of monster would proudly mount such a delightful creature on a wall? Eek, I don't know. That's so funny. Are you sad from that too? You are. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna have Mermaid Man come and test out our bathroom here real quick. There we go. Let's take a bubble bath. Oh wait, that's not Mermaid Man. That's Barnacle Boy. Mermaid Man, come and take a bubble bath. Come and do that. I feel so bad that they're so uncomfortable and things, but you know, it is what it is. Again, I really do enjoy this wallpaper and a lot of the items, honestly, in these two kits, actually, because it's a bundle, but I didn't think I would like it this much, but apparently I do. I had so much fun building this. Oh my god, he's a mermaid. Look at that. Well, our bathtub works. I'm not gonna let him do all of that. So you're gonna sunbathe in some swimwear. Go ahead, Barnacle Boy, that's fine. Wait, this feels weird. Okay, but I loved using this door here for the bathroom because I felt like, you know, you can kind of lock it, kind of like a vault. I thought that was kind of a fun little nod. Why don't we come and sit? We can maybe watch some TV. I'm pretty sure this whole living room is going to be rather functional. The camera just keeps jumping up and down. Back to tab mode. Here's our living room. Our TV works, which is great. We have our good pal Spongebob sitting and watching TV with us here. We have our bookshelf here. I really like this. And then, of course, we had to add our Goofy Goober guitar, which is one of the extra items you can get, as well as a sexy Squidward up on the wall here. My UI cheats are broken. And here's our bedroom. We have on this side, I imagined it being Barnacle Boy's part of the room. I just felt like this bed fit pretty well for him. Let's come in. You know what? Cry it out. Up here are ribbons. I imagine maybe he got those ribbons as like Superhero of the Year award or something, but they also match his colors. Mermaid Man, won't you come cry it out? Do you have to? I don't know. You can just come relax here, I suppose. You can't get there? Can you relax in this one? Okay, you can relax in that one. That bed worked. I wonder if it's our toy chest. I'm just gonna move it over a little bit. Mermaid Man, why don't you come and relax here? Yeah, it was the toy chest. So they kind of flipped right now, but you can see that they both work. What I also thought was hilarious was our office space. Oh my god, look at you two. You guys are so cute. So in our office space, first off, we have like this map, and maybe they use this to help fight crime and all this stuff. But over here, I imagined the office space. So this desk could be Barnacle Boy's desk, all grown up and stuff, right? But then this little arts table, and even though adult Sims can't use this one, I imagined this being Mermaid Man's little desk office space. I just found that hilarious. It gave me a good little chuckle. All right, well, that has been like kind of a day in the life of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy after retirement, I suppose, or on vacation, whatever, here in Sulani. Again, this build will be up on the gallery for you guys to grab it if you do choose. If you do end up getting either one of the SpongeBob kits or the bundle, let me know your thoughts down below. I definitely am very curious to hear what my community, as small as it is, thinks, because there's a lot of thoughts going around. So definitely let me know. We can have that little cute little discussion. And yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. It sparked some kind of inspiration in me that, like, I don't know, I was just like, oh my god, this is so much fun. I just enjoyed it. And there are a lot of items I think I would use pretty regularly, especially maybe this fish tank over here. I think that's cute. Anyway, enough rambling from me. Thank you again for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing if you haven't already. And of course, as always, a big shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me in that way. You guys rock. I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye.